I always give it 10 seconds because then I can trim it and change the name.
Very good.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Victor Johnson. I'm a career facilitator for Goodwill Columbus. We're currently streaming on both Facebook and YouTube. Goodwill Columbus Workforce Development is your free resource for everything job related. If you're looking for a job right now, if you want to change careers and need assistance, or maybe you simply need training to get into your next best career, we can help. So just reach out to us by phone or email, phone mail, or Facebook Messenger, and we will connect you with one of our career consultants. And today, we're talking about the Workforce Development's online initiative. And this is our panel discussion today. With me, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. So if you would please introduce yourself and just say what you do for Goodwill, and we'll start with Stacy.
All right. Thank you, Victor, for having me on today. My name is Stacy Biddle. I am a career facilitator with Goodwill Columbus Workforce Development Department.
Good morning, everyone. I am Carly Baird. I'm a career facilitator, also a career facilitator with Goodwill Columbus Workforce Development.
All right, very awesome. Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Patrick Max, and I am a program manager for Goodwill Columbus. I run the IT pathways and am used in terms of business development and engagement.
Excellent. So our online initiative is in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. But Patrick, I'd like to ask you specifically, how has the Goodwill Columbus Workforce Development Department responded to all the changes caused by COVID-19?
A great question, Victor. Thank you for asking. I think everyone, going through this process, all of our lives were, extremely changed very, very quickly. And what it caused us to do down here at Goodwill was to pull together as a team, as a department, Workforce Development Department, and look at other options to deliver our services, because we know there are still people looking for jobs that were displaced or wanting to upskill. So we took a look at how we could still deliver services. Primarily, we switched very, very quickly to online learning and through virtual learning. Really, the collaborative efforts of many on the team really put together their ideas, thoughts, and we worked together. So as an example, all of our IT pathway programs in terms of A+ training for CompTIA, both our day and night class, we switched over to virtual learning with the instructors really through Zoom. So that was very good, but we did have to bring everyone up to speed. So we had to move very quickly and rapidly. We had to maybe add a little bit more resources because of the attendance, which is, great for Goodwill. So we had to add maybe some teaching assistants to be able to monitor chat boxes and, answer questions. But again, as the environment changed, we were very quick to also respond to that. So it's not only IT, but our hospitality and lodging, also the pathways in terms of medical. We have really kind of created virtual learning for all these pathways to still be accessible to the public and to really our customers that we serve, so that we can ensure that we are training them up and then eventually helping them to find employment to better themselves, for themselves and or their families. So.
Great. Thank you very much. Stacy, what's one thing you would want people to know about Workforce Development's online initiative?
Oh, absolutely. The one thing I want them to know, that sometimes I think people may find this hard to believe, that it's free. Our career services are free for the community. And, that involves all of our trainings, our online trainings, our career development, resume assistance, interview assistant. It's all free. All you have to do is reach out to us, via email, phone, text, whatever. Get a hold of us and we'll connect you with a career consultant, and then they will discuss, the strategy to help you maybe upskill or get your next best job, or maybe land your first great job.
Great, thank you. And with that, I think I'm going to add our contact information, our email and our phone number, so people will know how to get a hold of us. Carly, okay, we know we're doing online things, but we still have person-to-person or in-person services. So how are those services, how are in-person meetings being handled?
Yeah, great question. Well, we're doing our best to follow all the CDC guidelines. We have policies and procedures that all staff are following before they even come in, to make sure that everyone's healthy. And then, masks are a requirement, and also social distancing, because there are some things that, in order to keep operations running, we get to continue to bring people in for assessments, for instance, or maybe there's some people with technology challenges that aren't able to do a Zoom meeting. And so we're being very diligent about wearing our masks, socially distancing, and then also, sanitizing surfaces and all that stuff in between use.
Great. So if someone doesn't have a mask, are masks available here when you come in?
Yes, they are.
Okay, great. So Stacy, how are virtual services being offered? What platforms are you using? Are we using, excuse me?
We are using all kinds of different platforms. We are offering our trainings. We have videos posted up on anything that you want to know about career services. We're constantly adding to our library. We have them available on YouTube. We have them available on Facebook. You can also find resources on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram. I think I got all those. We started a blog on WordPress this week that we're very excited about. But we have everything there. We have everything from how to build your resume on Indeed, how to job search on Indeed, workplace etiquette, how to handle video phone calls, conference calls, stress management, conflict management. And our library is constantly growing. And again, you can visit us on our Facebook page, our YouTube page. Those are where the videos are. And then additional resources are on all of our other social media pages.
Oh, great. Hey, how would someone get to our new blog?
Our new blog is at Goodwill Columbus WFD.com. Nice and simple.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Patrick, you touched on this a little bit, but what services and programs are being offered?
Currently, again, we really haven't missed a beat. And with prior to COVID and all the different pathways, primarily IT, the medical field, hospitality and lodging, and some other, pathways that we do offer, all those are still being offered. And again, we do it online, virtually. And sometimes it's more of a blended learning that is good. And to Carly's point, we are very, mindful to make sure that we're following all guidelines, in terms of social distancing, masks, cleaning up, sanitation is real critical. Even the amount of staff we have in the office at one time to ensure that we're upholding what we're doing. But then more importantly, to provide that care and to embellish our customers with that same concern and kind of rules and regulations to protect them. But anything from intakes as a program enters, any type of interviewing that we do with some of our students or customers online, all of our career development boot camps are done, virtually. So again, very much a blended learning of how we deliver to the customer, but then we also are able to kind of wrap around, to come back to them one-on-one in terms of Zoom, Facebook, whatever we need to do to ensure that we're providing all the resources available. One of the key components that I think is important is that Goodwill has not changed its mission in terms of being very person-centered focused, and which is extremely critical. Everyone has, different opportunities, different strengths, and we blend all those together to ensure that we're meeting the needs of our customer on a daily basis. So anything from really start to end, we can do virtually or blended. And that's very important that we deliver our mission to help those that want to be helped. And again, we serve all walks of life. Really, to Stacy's point, reach out. All these services are free. So if you want to improve, if you're displaced, if you want to upskill, if you just want to tweak some things, let us know. Reach out. We're here to help you.
Well, with that in mind, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'd like to add onto what Patrick was saying about one program in particular to highlight is our CIT program, our Career and Technology program. Really that's a very popular and impactful program where students are able to come in and get free IT help desk training, A+, CompTIA A+ training. It's a great program, and I really commend the whole IT team for hopping on to, as Patrick was saying, hopping into the digital world very quickly, getting courses online through Zoom very quickly and adapting to everything that's needed for that. And really, haven't missed a beat. Classes have been larger than ever, which is really pretty awesome.
And it's good, Victor, just to add a little bit about the blended. So as Columbus starts to open up slowly, we have even incorporated, because of some of the A+ training, you can do online labs, which is critical for your testing. So we have taken our classroom that's now empty, and we've converted that into about 15 different stations, so that we then allow students to schedule in advance, like 6 people, 8 people max, to be able to schedule, come in, have masks, make sure we are really keeping really social distancing up, and they are able to practice their labs here at Goodwill Columbus. We have TAs here available to answer questions. We have our career consultants here to ensure social distancing, and again, it's another resource. But that's a good example, as that we're constantly evolving. That was a need that we saw in the CIT world that we wanted to be able to give our students. So it just took some collaborations with the team and then some of the leadership here at Goodwill to say, yes, you can do this. So
great. Well, with this in mind, Stacy, how can the public and employers reach out to you?
Public and employers can reach out to us in so many different ways. We have a contact number and our email, which is scrolling right down there, wfd@gwcols.com. And then that's just a general email, and then we will forward that on to where it needs to go, whether it be someone who's working with employers and partnering with them, or a career consultant for an individual looking for those services. You can, again, call or text that number, Facebook Messenger, any of our social media sites that allows, you to message us. We will get those as well, and we will forward that on to the appropriate person. That person will reach out to you. We'll schedule, a phone call, a Zoom call, or just correspond via email. But we will get in contact to you. If you reach out to us, we will partner with you.
Great. I'd like to add to one of the things that we also have changed is our career boot camp is now virtual, and we have moved that to a Google Classroom setup. But that's still one of the things that we're offering is that career boot camp where you can learn some skills for finding a job, updating your resume, interviewing skills, some budgeting, things like that, communication in the workplace. All these things are still available. As Patrick said at the beginning, our mission has not changed. How we are delivering it has changed a little bit, but we're just basically keeping up with the times. So all these things are still available through Goodwill Workforce Development. How you receive them might just change a little bit, but to find out, what's available, how you can use it, all you have to do is reach out to us at either our email address or call us and you can talk to a career consultant. Let's see, I'd like to go back to you, Patrick, to talk about the type of work that you do with local organizations and employers.
Sure, great question, Victor. It's ongoing, I guess. And again, to me, anything that we can do or I can do or members of my team to reach out to other employers or organizations to help them or vice versa. As an example, social services, are they seeing an influx of clients that may need upskilling opportunities, education? Are they looking for different jobs? Have they been displaced? Have them come to Goodwill. We can definitely help them find a pathway that's going to be good for them. The same thing with individual training. I've been working with, and Stacy has helped kind of lead an agency through actually one of our, I guess, another kind of hub of Goodwill down at the Reeve Avenue Center. And they were interested in taking some really customer service training courses. So we were able to really provide them with, 45 of their students that wanted to take this course to enhance their customer service skills for their resume, for their credential, and again, to help put them on a better path. Other individuals, it's a matter of constantly reaching out. I try to spend as much time that is allowed that I have on the phone every day, just to reach out to employers saying, how can we help you? Do you have openings for people? How can we work together? To me, it's all about relationship, really relationship building. But at the end of the day, we're doing that because we want to place each and every, customer we have in a new opportunity, either their first job or their next best job. I just got off the phone yesterday with a large, company. I was talking to the CEO, and this is about our third meeting kind of virtually. We were on the phone yesterday. Actually, we did go out there about 3 weeks ago and, made sure that we, kept our distance. But the bottom line is he is moving towards trying to find clients within the IT field that need really contact, call center help desk analyst. We would come alongside, then Goodwill would come along because we have students that are trained up within that. So again, by reaching out to this organization, this CEO, he's kind of helping us. I'm helping him because I may join him on these meetings so that we can both pitch our services together. And yes, it does benefit us, but ultimately it benefits the people that we serve. And that's what it's all about. So it's constantly ongoing. And if you have, in an organization, if you're looking for people to employ or would like additional resources to upskill some of your current employees, please reach out to us because we are available to come alongside you, to help you really do just that.
Thank you. Well said. If on New Year's Day, when I was thinking about football, if someone had told me we'd be operating like this in August, I would have laughed at them. But here we are, and we're still making it through. But Carla, I'd like to ask you, talk about some of the lessons that we've learned as we've had to transition during this pandemic.
Yeah, well, we're all learning, whether we're aware of it or not. That's the trick, right? Being aware of the lessons that we're learning and applying it. And I would say that this experience has been full of lessons. Anything from the specific use of certain technology platforms. We're using StreamYard, for instance. I didn't know anything about this, and I don't think our team really knew much about it either. We've learned how to operate different platforms more effectively, but we've also learned intangible tools like, I don't know how many times we've had technology breakdowns, and by now we expect it. We're good to go. We're not all flustered. We're like, okay, sounds about right. Let's go. And those are those intangible skills, really, those transferable skills, if you will, that I can now apply that patience and that, go with the flow attitude to anything. And I think that's a really invaluable lesson, that we've all become much more flexible, adaptable. We've all been working, even more so as a team. It's crazy how we're not in the same place, but Stacy and I work together on a daily basis, and perhaps our teamwork has even, has leveled up because of how much we've been required to do, and how we've had to communicate more effectively without the body language, that the cues, that when you're working person to person. I just think that this experience has been so full of lessons. I could probably go on, to be honest with you. We've definitely learned a lot, and we're continuing to apply it. So
Great. So actually, Stacy and Patrick, tell me about a lesson you've learned. Start with Stacy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks. I can piggyback on what Carly said. Just flexibility, patience, go with what is in front of you. When Carly was talking about, technology and the failure and the bumps, and I remember when we first started this, I would panic, if something went wrong, and just like, oh my gosh, I gotta fix it really fast. I gotta do this. And now I'm just like, okay, now that didn't work. Let's try this. Another lesson is don't be afraid to try new things. Yeah. And because, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but there's a lesson in both. And just the amount of patience and flexibility and adaptability that I have learned during this time, it's grown exponentially. Of course, working from home and doing this and adapting basically overnight was hard. I think to a lot of us, and especially me, I was looking forward to going at home. I can work from home, but then a weekend, I'm like, ooh, I don't know about this, and then just being able to adapt and then face those challenges, and just, it's been an experience for sure. And I know I'm not the only one that feels the same way about that, but we're all in this together, and we're all helping each other out and learning new things. So it's been interesting, but good.
Patrick?
Yeah, I think really lessons learned is, again, what I was saying in the beginning, our paradigms have radically shifted, but what is really kind of neat on it and learning from it is that everyone, and I speak for my team and all the members of workforce development here at Goodwill Columbus, that everyone has stepped up and really accepted the challenge that, hey, we have this obstacle in front of us. Okay, so how are we going to deal with it? How are we still going to provide the services and still live our mission statement on a daily basis? And it's really neat to see everyone kind of collaborate together to make that work. One of the biggest things, everyone's adapted very well to working at home, and Goodwill here at Columbus is kind of on a very slow move back into the building, to respect really CDC and just, provide social distancing. But, it does allow you to kind of, see people, and or get your foot back in the office. But I think it's also enhanced the way and how we communicate with each other. Because again, Carly's point, there is no longer the ability to always read really the nonverbal communication coming across or anything else. So I think it's caused each of us, I know for myself, I'm basically responsible to 8 to 10 different people. So how do you stay engaged with them? How do you check in so you don't feel like you're being overbearing? Kept abreast of everything. Yeah, good. Stacy and Carly are laughing, so that's great. But the bottom line is that, I think it's really enhanced. So communications are very to the point. And again, I just think have evolved, and which to me is very important, because this whole new world that we're living in right now, and will probably continue for a while, it's going to continue to push us that way, because we still have to deliver the results for the customers that we serve. And so I think it pushes on us to look for better, effective ways to communicate, whether it be done virtually, the technology, the platforms. But at the end of the day, if I'm looking at you in the face via Zoom or, whatever it might be, I still want to be able to meet you where you are as my customer. I still want to provide the services to help you overcome any obstacle that you may have, to, again, put you on a path for your first job, your next best job, to allow you to gain any type of resources to make you a better individual. That is what we live by here at Goodwill Columbus. Carly, Stacy, Victor, yourself, the rest of Workforce Development, we are here to serve really all of Columbus. So please reach out to us.
Wow. Well, really well said, all of you. I have a hobby with woodworking, and I got some tree trunks, some old tree trunks that people had cut down their trees and things like that. And the other day, I went out and I was looking at some of the trunks, and one of them had a flower growing out of it. And I thought about this situation where, we have to face reality, but at the same time, how we face reality tells us how we're going to get through it. And what I've seen continually at Goodwill Columbus and our team is that we are looking for opportunities every day. We have opportunities to learn, to grow, to connect, opportunities to remember what the value of a human being is. Whether it's person to person or if it's online, we understand what that value is. And we look for opportunities to serve. And it's a wonderful time to think of new opportunities, new ways to think, new ways to do things, and new ways to serve each other. So I'd like to thank you all for being on the panel, and I'd like to thank our viewers for watching us on Facebook and YouTube. Please like the Goodwill Columbus Workforce Development Team's Facebook page, and you'll receive updates on resources and other helpful job search assistance. And if you would like a free resume or interview consultation, you can schedule it by using the link, or actually just calling below, or sending an email, and we can set up, schedule a session with one of our career consultants. So with that, thank you all for watching, and thank you to the panel, and we'll see you soon.
Very good. Thank you, Victor.
Yeah.
Take care, guys. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.